Hello there, I'm Vine and today I have for you the best Biomorphosis leaders build. Though I don't know if it's the best overall leaders build right now, since I haven't compared it with the Gestalt ones, but it's definitely the best individualist one. Now, before we start, a little disclaimer. This is one of the request builds that I've pushed to do after the 4.0 update, as the aim was to update the home build of one of you. And as you see, the request was big, and for some reason shadow banned under the video it was posted. Fortunately, there is a bug in YouTube Studio that allows me to see these comments in the general community feed. So I catched it, but we cannot be sure if this doesn't get patched someday. So please, if you wanna request a build and avoid any shadow ban risk, go to the channel's Discord server and post your request there. Direct link is in the video description below. Also, Edelversus, you were right, purity is a way to go with this one. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and start talking about the mechanics properly, beginning with the authority, which is Imperial. We will need it for later. As an origin, we take the Necrophage for the Necrophage trait, giving our leaders plus 80 years of lifespan. From civics, I'll give you all three from the start. Vaults of Knowledge for +1 leader starting skill and +1 effective counselor skill, essential at the game start and for maximizing, but can be dropped when all leaders reach the maximum level. Heroic Pass to increase leader cap and give us the Grand Solitaire Council position that increases leader experience gain by +2 per level. And when we get access to the third civic, take the Philosopher King to increase ruler skill by +5. As for the species traits, we must take Lithoid for +50 years of leader lifespan and habitability bonus that helps Necrophage gameplay, Quick Learners for +10% leader experience gain, Talented to temporarily decrease leader upkeep and maximum negative traits, and Venerable another +80 years of leader lifespan that accumulates with other traits to give our leaders +210 years of lifespan. Note that if you don't like Necrophages or Lithoids, this one trait can carry your leaders until you accumulate enough of other features that increase leader lifespan. Lastly, starting ruler can be any class, but give them A for talent as a starting trait and upgrade it as soon as possible for +10% leader experience gain. Also, try to give this trait to the other counselors. All other Empire creation features, we take whatever fits with the must-have features and we can jump into the game to look at the options there. Starting with traditions, we take Statecraft for Amongst Peers tradition. Don't finish the tree, move to another. Second tradition tree is Aptitude, where we have to rush champions of the Empire tradition before recruiting additional leaders, for maximum profits for new hires. Lastly, we need Discovery for Polytechnic Education, that gives +1 leader pool size and +10% leader experience gain. From perks, we take Transcendent Learning for +25% leader experience gain and -50% leader upkeep and Biomorphosis for Ascension. From edicts, switch on the Education campaign for +10% leader experience gain. From policies, when we get the tech, set leader enhancement to capacity boosters for +2 starting level and +20 years of lifespan. And remember to unlock the Grand Solitaire Council position as soon as possible. Time for Ascension. Originally this was a cybernetic one, but switching to Biomorphosis we get way better leader bonuses, but that's only when we pick correct choices during the event. First choice is Purity for optimized neurology tradition that gives +1 leader starting traits, +1 effective leader skill level, and -25% leader starting age. Second choice is Mutation for somatic subversiveness tradition that gives +10 years of leader lifespan, plus 10% leader experience gain, and some resource production bonuses. Third choice is cloning for biochemical composure tradition that gives backup clone trait to all leaders so they can cheat death if something bad happens. Then pick the purity tradition tree for plus 20% leader lifespan on adoption. Yeah, that's right, we get a percentage bonus to lifespan now. Finish this tree as soon as possible. When given a choice, we upgrade our Imperial authority to Biotic Dominion for a special Imperial bloodline trait that gives plus 0.5 effective leader skill if rural or here, plus 5 years of leader lifespan, and plus 5% leader experience gain. Not much, but those bonuses are multiplied by the species genetic perfection. Now for the final touch, let's edit our species and change the basic traits, giving them Erudite and Robust. Erudite is for -1 leader maximum negative traits and Erudite trait on leaders. Robust is for another plus 50 years of leader lifespan. This way we spend all 10 trait points on positive traits with no negative traits, and our species genetic perfection multiplier now equals 10. That means plus 5 effective leader skill for ruler and heir, plus 50 years of leader lifespan, and plus 50% leader experience gain. All from the Imperial bloodline trait. Now, time for evaluation. In multiplayer, it's leader play. Unless you know how to utilize leaders, you're gonna have a bad time. Otherwise, this build shines after 50 years of play when enemies replace their leaders. In single player, it's slow. Lack of rush mechanics is a downside of this build, but leader bonuses completely crush the mid-game when you get high-level eternal leaders to govern your planets. As for the roleplay, it's the court. Best monarchies always had courts filled with exceptional people. This empire is exactly like this, aiming to make the most efficient court in the galaxy. And with flexible ethics, you can roleplay any type of monarchy, from the historically inaccurate absolutist one, through vampire court to dystopian Candyland. Anyway, what do you think about this build? Write your opinion in the comments, remember to visit channel's Discord, and see you later!